Yo, it's Zeus. Triple H, honest, humble, handsome, straight facts. MAGA faithful. Your time's up, hypocrites, liars. Pack your bags. Straight to hell. No return. Let's annihilate. MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Hypocrites crying while your dear leader cast a spell. Racist, misogynist edition on the 6th. Epstein territory warmonger, make them twitch.
What about my eggs? What about my gas? Groceries high as hell. You blame Biden, blame Kamala, now Trump's ringing the bell. Tariffs on Liberation Day, I ran war sky high prices. Your lies exposed, no disguises. Zeus sends you to the vices to hell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Triple H annihilate, ring the funeral bell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Ring the funeral bell.
You claim the high road, but walk with the worst. Racism in your veins, misogyny rehearsed. January 6th edition, storming like a mob. Further right, Epstein files, birds of the same flock. Warmonger dreams, bombs dropping on Iran. Gas prices skyrocket, feel the pain in every skin. You scream by Biden's eggs, Kamala's grocery cart. Now under your king, inflation tearing worlds apart. Honest, Zeus here, humble but precise. Flip the script daily, living in denial and vice. Most handsome truth teller, exposing every lie. MAGA man slipping, watch your empire die.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
Yeah, Liberation Day tariffs, you called it victory grand. Now shelves empty, costs rising across the land. Complaints you heard at the left, now triple under Trump. Gas through the roof from the war that you trumped. Hypocrites unified in selective memory, ignore the facts. Bow to your leaders, felony from border rants to endless grieving shows. Zeus annihilates, expose, decompose.
Handsome, honest, humble, the triple threat complete. You MAGA pawns, scatter, defeated in defeat. No redemption, off your path leads below. Straight to hell's gates where the real fires flow.
Every accusation you leveled at the other side bounces back harder. Can't run, can't hide. Racism, misogynist edition, endless war. Your dear leader delivers worse than before. Zeus speaks truth, no filter, no fear. Social media's beacon crystal clear. Pack your hypocrisy, your lies, your disdain. The descent begins eternal flame.
MAGA to the
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell.
Zeus wins, Triple H reigns.
Honest, humble, handsome, forever unchanged. MAGA straight to hell. MAGA straight to hell.
To hell.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. Let's get this show started. You know exactly what we came to do. Love to do the show. Hope you all had a great weekend. Good morning, Ange. Wow. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get back in the Thunderdome. Let's go! Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
I'm like the Terminator screaming.
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first
Yes.
class. It's
Let's
like
go, ladies and
every week
gentlemen.
I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class.
You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage.
Handsome as
tanks
a
full of gas.
Alicia.
Play the game for war. I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room.
Did you all have a great weekend? All the mothers out there, did you have a good Mother's Day VIP? I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Let's go. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they use my ex, that mean they left me.
Woo!
They don't get me pops,
Let's
they
go,
dress me.
Anthony.
Say it with my chest 'cause I mean it.
Terry, nice to see you, girl.
Call me the master with a new
All right, here it goes.
I'ma take off.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus.
Oh, you have?
A couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Ooh, okay, keep it clean, man.
It was horrible.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh, they never have.
Like deja vu.
Never have anything. They never have anything nice to say about me.
It's like deja vu.
Oh,
It's like deja vu.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back at in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are gathered here. We have to do the real work that it takes to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all understand are hell-bent on destroying the United States, actually trying to destroy the rest of the world. And the way that we take care of business on this show is we go through some of the headlines, the current events that are going on, whether they're in the national news, maybe even local news, and we highlight how everything that's going wrong in the United States, whose fault is it? If we think about everything that's going wrong right now here in the United States, whose fault is it? It's Donald J. Trump's. You all are correct. Thank you. Happy Monday. And we showed his supporters on a regular basis, honestly. Unc, where did you get that lie from? No. Who's the president? Unc, I don't even like calling you down. UNC, I'll just say that. Demon UNC. Who's the sitting president of the United States? Come on, let's not start lying right after church. You know what I'm saying? I hope you went to church this weekend, but you shouldn't just wake up and then start your week off on a foundation of lies. Oh my God, let's give Unc a round of boos and shame. That's sick stuff. This is what I'm talking about. It's really disturbing. Okay, let's get back to what I was saying. So, who better to lead the charge than me, Big Zeus, or some like to say Triple H? And the question is, well, why do they call you Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. The second H is because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me. All right, listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. I cross my heart and, hope to do what. But then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. Handsomeism, I see you out there this morning. You really try to, I don't know how you try to steal the shine, so to speak, but he kind of is trying to follow in my footsteps. So you know what they say, imitation is actually the best form of flattery, right? It is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Thank you. W's in the chat for Marissa. And by the way, Marissa, I saw you this weekend. You went live and you had the whole place lit. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but amazing how you did it. I don't know how you did it. But thank you for inviting me to your live streams and stuff like that. I do like to check on all of you out there, all right? And so before I go any further, I just want to say this. W. Marissa and W. Rick, nice to see you. Do we have anybody out there that is currently actively participating in a cult? Anyone out there that's actively participating in a cult? Please just identify yourselves in the comment section. Just let me see. Anyone out there actively participate? Okay. Any Trump supporters out there? You got to say it in a way that they can understand. Anybody out there still think Donald Trump is doing a great job and you hit your 401ks are at record highs and gas is at $2 a gallon? Anyone out there under that strong delusion? All right, because nobody wants to admit it. Nobody out there who supports Donald Trump has the testicular. My good friend Brother Swervin says they don't have the testicular fortitude to admit that they still support Donald Trump. So what I'm going to do is this: if you cannot handle me or anybody else talking about Donald Trump and his politics, right? And that includes all the chaos that comes along with who he is, and all the way down to his smelly, disgusting diaper. And you see the way that he drags both of his legs, he's got 2 catheters. If that bothers you, leave this show right now, because I promise you, something I say, something I do is going to hurt your feelings. All right. And if you can't handle it, all right, leave right now, because I promise it'll be the worst day of your life. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed, and I take no responsibility for feelings that might end up getting hurt along the way. Over this past weekend, ladies and gentlemen, the demonic levels in the cult have gone to the roof, and I've been combing through social media, and we got 3 demonic situations on this show to address before we get into the main events, and this has to do with Donald Trump supporters, the ones that love Jeffrey Epstein, and they love Donald Trump too. They don't want to admit they love Jeffrey Epstein, but if you just listen to how a lot of these conservative men talk, you'll understand why we never let them get off. We never let them get away with what they're doing right now, because we know if you're a Trump supporter, and I've always said this, and I have to say this, number one, you're okay with grifting. You're okay with Donald Trump grifting and stealing, all right? And then you go a little further to the right, you get into this misogyny and racism stuff that you all love to do. And you go a little further to the right, you get into that seditionist stuff you did on January 6th, because we all know you did what you did on January 6th. You can't say Nancy Pelosi told you to come to the Capitol. You know, no one believes that except you. And then you go further to the right and you get into this Epstein stuff. And then you go further to the right and you end up being a warmonger, right? And so that's what MAGA is all about, all right? And this is why we say a lot of you are in a cult. And we've always said on this show, what's the line? Every MAGA accusation is what? How do we say it? Every MAGA accusation is what? Does anyone know the answer? I say it's a MAGA confession. Thank you. Every accusation. Thank you, Dolphin. Yeah. So let's talk about some things that were brought to my attention, Big Zeus's attention. Do you see this, ladies and gentlemen? Do you all see this? I want to make sure you see this right here. You see this? All right. You know, these stories are trending. Meanwhile, MAGA pastor Kevin Jones was just charged with, I can't even say it, it's TikTok. That's just one demon. I can't say it on TikTok because you know what they'll do to me. They're going to start doing it already, right? So, but this is sick stuff. This is sick stuff, MAGA. You voted for this. We got this demon right here. Missouri Trump supporter Jason Gaiman has been arrested for what? That's 2. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. These people, they run around and blame Democrats all day long. Good morning, Kabira. 2 demons in one weekend. This is what's trending on social media right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, 674,000. How could anybody honestly vote Republican right now when you know what the Republican Party stands for? How? And then we get this demon too. So this is 3 demons all in a row. 3 demons all in a row. Can you see this guy right here? Michigan Trump supporter who said the satanic P3DO, Bill Gates should be, and then accused of the Democrats of doing it, right? But guess what happened? He's also been arrested because guess what he was doing? Epstein-like stuff. So this is 3 demons in a row. 3 demons in a row over the weekend. And this isn't even the biggest. This isn't even all the problems we currently have in the United States of America. This isn't. So I say all of that to say, you know what I got to do early in the morning? It's a Monday morning. I got to send every single Trump supporter straight to hell. Because you cannot be a blessed nation when you have the leader, you know, because they say leadership starts at the top. And I haven't seen anybody on the right talk about this. You know what they want to talk about on the right? Eric Swalwell. Y'all want to talk about Eric Swalwell? Okay, but you don't want to say anything. And you know what they say? Zeus, don't turn it into a racial issue. Zeus, please don't turn it into a racial issue. But it's the same suspect every single time. Who is it? Typical conservative male, white guy, sitting at home, watching Fox News, getting radicalized, eating Cheez-Its and drinking that Diet Coke, doing the most ungodly, unimaginable things, all in the name of supporting Donald Trump. And so what I'm going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen, because the Bible says it's better that a millstone is tied around your neck and you cast into the bottom of the sea. Mariana Trench. I'm going to Mariana Trench you, so to speak, than for you to be out here harming any of these little ones, because children are innocent. But MAGA doesn't care. So if you don't care, I don't either. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these 3 sick, evil demons who worship Donald Trump and represent the MAGA cult. Join me in sending these demons straight to you know where. Yeah, any questions? Pastors. So that's another huge W Zeus. So again, W's in the chat for Rick. Let's go. I want you all to understand that I know Donald Trump is going to try to pull all the stops out to try to win the midterms. W. Kabira, he's going to try to pull all the stops out to try to win the midterms. And so I want to encourage every one of you, no matter how they gerrymander, make sure you go out and vote Democrat. Okay, all right. You got to make it too big to Rick, because I understand now Donald Trump wants to cheat. And he's going to do it in a number of ways. Number one, I understand he's going to try to keep this Iran war. W's in the chat for a little hot. He's going to try to keep the Iran war going as long as he can, because it solves two of his problems. It solved WVIP. Wow. You know they hate it when y'all do that. It solves two of his problems. One, he can go ahead and, declare a war powers emergency, and he can try to stall the elections, but it also stops the whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein. And so you just got to get out there and vote. Do not vote Republican, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my PSA announcement, all right? Now, let's go ahead and talk about some other issues in the United States. And I'm going to keep re-emphasizing that, because what are you getting? Honestly, what are you getting out of voting Republican with Trump in office? I just thought of, what are you getting? And you can't say, oh, the border is secure, because guess what? The border situation is so terrible. Even Americans don't even get to do anything in the United States now. We don't even get to leave the country. How is that? That's not border security now. That's imprisonment. All right, W, Chris. It's literally, in case you haven't noticed it, we're all in prison right now here in the United States. Did you notice that? We are all stuck. Nobody wants to fly, can't afford to drive. They're rigging the elections. I mean, how much more of this do you really, really want? There was once upon a time where we were respected all over the world. Remember, you used to fly to a different country. I remember I flew into Singapore. Oh, you from the United States? Yeah. And they were so, oh, wow, they're an American. It used to be a good thing to say, oh, this person is from the United States. Wow, we want to. Now they're like, oh, you're from America. Oh. Because they think you're affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein. It's really sick. And then they see with their gas prices, you see what's happening with the gas prices. I know people in the Philippines, and they tell me the gas is so expensive over there. They can't even do anything over there. I said, wow, the demon is actually hurting people in every corner of the earth. Congratulations, MAGA. This is what you voted for. Let's go ahead and talk gas prices.
I want to show you guys something. This is why I get pissed off. Pump stops at 150. I'm not even at 3/4 of a tank. Here's the reason why. Because it's $5.50 for a gallon of freaking diesel. And y'all wonder why some of us are pissed off. Because we use our trucks to make a living. Because that's money. Money. I don't need a single stay-at-home MAGA mom telling me I'll deal with it for a little bit longer if it just makes us better as a nation. Shut up.
You hear that, Vegas girl? W's in the chat. You hear that, Vegas girl? Remember when Vegas girl came onto the show? I love that part. Let me get that again. I want to make sure Vegas girl understands this is how people really feel.
Because it's $5.50 for a gallon of freaking diesel.
Here it goes.
And y'all wonder why some of us are pissed off. Because we use our trucks to make a living. Because that's money. Money. I don't need a single stay-at-home MAGA mom telling me I'll deal with it for a little bit longer if it just makes us better as a nation. Shut up.
Thank you. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. But on a serious note, let's go ahead and get an update on the gas prices. Today is Monday, May 11th, and this is the latest update about gas prices here in the United States. So buckle up.
This time last week, President Trump was saying that the talks with Iran were going very well and that oil prices would come down soon. But then this Sunday, he rejected Iran's latest offer, calling it totally unacceptable, and warned that after years of laughing at the U.S., Iran, quote, will be laughing no longer. With no agreement in sight and gas topping an average of $4.52 a gallon, Trump officials for the first time this weekend floated the idea of pausing the national gas tax. Georgia, Indiana, and Utah have already reduced or suspended state gas taxes. Putting the brakes on the federal tax would save drivers roughly 18 cents a gallon, but it would cost the federal government about $500 million each week. Critical funds for highway construction and repairs and other transit projects.
So he wants to pause the gas tax. So the gas is cheaper, but in exchange, you got to worry about the roads and the bridges now falling apart. I mean, what kind of logic is this, MAGA? What kind of logic in this? You know, there's an old saying, you get what you pay for. And I'll be doggone, no, just do not try to lie to us about the true cost of this war, Donald Trump. Don't fudge the numbers. And in particular, those red states, they need to pay the most. All right. We have to let them, unfortunate, and I've always said this, the gasoline price is the antidote to the MAGA demon. All right. The more the gas goes up, you will start to see these demons exit the bodies of those who are Trump supporters. All right. You just got to let it happen.
Still, it could be a bit of relief for Americans who are spending 52% more to fill up the tank.
It's ridiculous. It's like $70 at least.
It comes 2 months after administration officials first promised gas prices
what?
Plummet. The recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary.
I want to bring those prices at the pump back down.
They shouldn't go much higher than they are here.
That was Energy Secretary Chris Wright on Face the Nation 1 week after the war began. He was back this Sunday with Margaret Brennan.
But gas prices have not peaked at this point.
I don't know the future of gas prices.
Well, they climbed over the past week.
UN Ambassador Mike Waltz acknowledged Sunday that talks with Iran have dragged on, paralyzing the flow of oil through the crucial Strait of Hormuz. President Trump had been hoping to have this conflict with Iran settled before he leaves tomorrow for a high-stakes meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump already pushed back his trip to Beijing once, but it now looks unlikely he's going to have any kind of a deal before he meets this week with his powerful Chinese counterpart.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, what do you think about the gas prices now? There's no sign that the gas prices have peaked. Yeah, I remember, you go to the gas station. I knew the pump stops at 150 because that was the amount they would say. If it goes over 150, then we got to stop it automatically because there could be some fraud and they don't want to be defrauded. But now the little buffer, it's actually stopping people from filling up their gas. And it is fraud now that I think about it, because what Donald Trump did by starting a forever war with Iran just to keep himself in power and, to stop the Epstein files from coming out, it's a form of fraud, right? It's a form of fraud, right? W's in the chat from Miss Jackson. Are there any Trump supporters out there right now? Good morning, Nutty. Are there any Trump supporters out there right now, honestly, that are still happy about the price of gas? Because remember, we had people like DJ and Snuggie and Snuggie Wuggy, it's temporary. We're 72 days into this war? And we haven't even hit the peak with the gas prices. We are going to go past the numbers you all cried about with Joe Biden. We're definitely going to go past. Donald Trump has been trying to stop it. He's been trying to stop it because he knows once you cross that threshold, there's nothing else left that Donald Trump can complain about that Joe Biden did that he hasn't done worse at. He can't talk about wars because he's gotten into a war every other president knew not to get into. He decided to be the genius, the one bragging about acing 3 cognitive. He brags about acing 3 cognitive exams and tricked all of you 77 million fools. Some of you have woken up, so I don't mean too much, but really, he tricked 77 million demons into believing him. How could you believe a man that just lies so much, cheats on all his wives, commits crimes on top of crimes, lured you to the Capitol, and did nothing to help you get out of it? How could you believe such a person? America got a lot to learn. And you know what that means? That means there's a lot that has to burn. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. It's the best thing. It's the best moment of the day, right? Monday morning, you wake up and you're like, I get to send Trump supporters, the ones who are still supporting him, I get to send them straight to hell. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire and sending these Trump supporters straight to hell. Good morning, Bounce. Have I lied yet? Have I lied yet?
Silence, you MAGA Dave.
And that's a huge WZ. No, hey, remember this guy, he came into my show and he was crying about the Democrats. Where is he at right now? I notice you're not here right now. No lies detected. Everything that I've covered, you could go look it up yourselves and come back and prove that I was wrong. Okay? But here's the thing, MAGA. Here's the thing. Everything that's currently happening in the United States of America, Rick, every single thing that is happening in the United States of America, we can 100% blame Donald Trump for. I can't think of anything that is going on in this country that Donald Trump hasn't caused single-handedly to happen. And it's due, honestly, to pure and sheer incompetence. Let's go to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. And I do this because it's necessary. Let's talk about the hantavirus right now. The hantavirus, okay, which is we're basically getting ready, in my opinion, to head towards national lockdowns. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that we are not on a verge of heading towards a national lockdown, whether it's through the gas prices, the war, or now this.
Those 17 Americans evacuated from the hantavirus hit cruise ship are now back in the United States. Their convoy arriving at the hospital just an hour ago, where they're being monitored at the National Quarantine Unit here in Nebraska, the only federally funded unit of its kind in the U.S. An aircraft carrying the passengers touched down overnight in Omaha. And as Ramey just reported,
Omaha, a red state. And the sad thing about this, the 17 people who they're saying, you know, they've came in, they've been picked up from the cruise, and now 17 people are in the United States that they have confirmed have the hantavirus. They're being quarantined in a red state, and you know they put them in a place that a lot of funding from research helped to build. So now you are understand. I hope MAGA understands this. When RFK Jr. goes out and decides, I'm going to start cutting all this research funding, we're going to cut the indirect costs that go along with the research. Are you understanding how dangerous that is? Because now we are relying on those very institutions to try to contain another potential outbreak. You all don't know much about anything. You all think Donald Trump is a real good businessman. You have no idea what the government is doing to help keep you safe in a lot of these cases. All you want to do is air out your silly little grievances because you're stuck in a state of perpetual victimhood. But now look at where we're at right now. We're on the verge of a potential outbreak, and the person in charge is once again Donald Trump. Think about this. You don't even have Mike Pence.
U.S. An aircraft carrying the passengers touched down overnight in Omaha. And as Ramey just reported, one passenger has tested positive and another is showing symptoms. Officials said both were moved into the Nebraska Biocontainment Unit built to handle highly infectious diseases. The World Health Organization says infection can spread through close, prolonged contact and recommends 42 days of monitoring to cover the virus's incubation period. The University of Nebraska Medical Center has long prepared for cases like this. The facility gained national attention during the 2014 Ebola outbreak when it treated infected patients brought back to the United States.
So Fortnite is in my chat and he's typing the word, he or she, they're typing the words TDS. What do I have TDS about? What do I have TDS about? Fortnite? Seriously. All I am doing is holding the camera up and showing people what's happening in the United States of America under Donald Trump. I'm highlighting how dangerous the Trump administration is, because in every aspect of our lives, the Trump administration, with the help of the Republican Party, are making our lives worse. Do you understand? That's not TDS. That's called warning people. W. Zeus. That's not TDS. TDS is when you see all of these things happening, the sky high gas price. When you see the sky high gas prices, let me get back on to Fortnite. And you say, I'm going to trust in Donald Trump because Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Gas prices shooting up past anything Biden has done. And instead of going, oh, this is unacceptable, your mind goes, oh, Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. That's TDS, Fortnite. When you see all these people who were friends with Jeffrey Epstein, Howard Lutnick, still being allowed to work in the Trump administration, and you know that when Biden was in office, you were so gung-ho about getting rid of all these people out here who you thought were part of Epstein's orbit, but now you find out they're affiliated with Donald Trump, and you go, oh, I don't have a problem with Ghislaine Maxwell being moved to a minimum security prison and getting a pardon as long as she's going to help arrest the bad guys. See, that's TDS. All right? TDS is when you see the airplanes falling out of the sky under Sean Duffy, which is also part, and you sit there, you go, oh, well, Biden had the same problems. You make excuses for every single thing Donald Trump does that you know if any other president did, you would have a problem with. That's TDS, Trump devotion syndrome. All right, W. Zeus. And I just gave you some free education. The least you could do, honestly, and this is what I've said, the MAGA party, the Republican Party, you should be counting your lucky stars. You should be kissing the feet of all the Democrats, because had the Democrats been as weak as you, and we just believed everything Donald Trump has been saying, you all would be boots on the ground fighting in Iran, and the person you would all be fighting for, it would be Pete Kegsbreath. Could you imagine being in the military and reporting to Secretary of War Crimes Pete Kegsbreath? Do you think he can actually outthink Russia? Do you think Pete Kegsbreath can outthink Iran or China? The man has no real understanding of global dominance. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand what powers Russia has and where their weaknesses are and their vulnerabilities are and how to exploit them. He doesn't understand that. And you would be putting your life on the line. So you should be thanking the Democrats, because we're the reason that you could actually say, nope, we're not going. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we actively resist Donald Trump. W. Zeus. I get so upset when they try to accuse me of having TDS, and all I'm doing is showing them what their dear leader is doing.
Those 17 Americans evacuated.
And so I'll give you an example. Now, you all know I talk about this guy, Owen Schroyer. This is a guy who helped get Donald Trump elected, but now regrets getting Donald Trump elected. But now he's reporting to you about what's going on in the United States of America. So I wasn't going to bring this up because I said this has really nothing to do with politics. But then I said, you know what? Actually, I'm going to bring it up because I think it's important from here on out. We're going into the midterms. I don't think it's going to be enough to be anti-Trump in order to get people to go and figure out that they probably should vote Democrat. If anything, to stop the bleeding, right? You have to start showing people what's really happening here in the United States of America as well. Because Donald Trump is going to try to gaslight a way out of this. And what we do know is going on in the United States of America is it's pure hell, it's pure chaos. And the best, I would say, whether it's the gas prices or now the airports, the best people to tell everyone what's going on in the United States are people who support Donald Trump, because there's some truth in it if you listen to it. So let's listen to Owen share with us what he is experiencing at the airports. All right. And then I want to ask you all, while you listen to this story, to ask yourself, do you really want to fly right now in the United States?
All right, guys, there's just no fucking way at this point. Aside from the fact that I think this is a symptom, a sign of our entire economy and country and society, civilization collapsing. Everybody just wants to ignore it. Aside from the I hope you're having a laugh at my plight at this point. I hope that you can have a good laugh at my plight and the absolute misery of the flying experience that I'm going through. Folks, we are in Twilight Zone level now. We are in Unreal Land. What is happening now? I don't even think, I might be dead. I think I'm dead now, and this is not even real. Let me tell you what just happened. So I'm standing at the gate. We're about 20, 30 minutes away from boarding. And this is my next transfer flight before I can fly to Austin tomorrow. So they come on the PA and they say, there's been a delay and many of you won't be able to make your connecting flights. Well, I just happened to be right at the customer service desk because I was already inquiring about something else. So I'm right there. There's one family in front of me, a family of 4. But as soon as they make this announcement about you can't make your connecting flights, there's a line of 40 people at the customer service desk. I just happen to be number 2. So the family of 4, they're screwed. There's no other flights that they can get that have 4 seats open. So he basically gives up, takes his family away, and I don't know what they decided. I was also talking to other people in line, but I'll get to that in a second. So I'm up next. All right. So I get to the desk, I say, okay, I want to get the later flight because now they've added a flight. I'm telling you, this is Twilight Zone. The original flight that was canceled that I was supposed to be on, they re-added it. And now it takes off from Nashville at 10:25. That was my original flight that I was already supposed to be landed in Austin 2 hours ago. So they bring it back up. So I say, oh, okay. Can I get transferred onto this flight? This is my original flight. It was canceled. Can I just get this direct flight to Austin? So the lady at the customer service desk says, okay, yes, we can do that. All right. So she transfers me onto that flight. So now I'm direct Nashville, and I land in Austin at like 12:30, just after midnight tonight. So that was the original flight that they're flying, that I was on. So now I'm on it again. Then I get a notification, the flight's full, I'm not on it anymore. So now I have no flight. The flight that I was originally on, that was supposed to have landed in Austin 2 hours ago, that they canceled and then put back on the schedule and put me on the flight, they then tell me the flight is booked full and I can't get on it. So now I have no flights. And they told me that they were going to transfer my bags to that flight. And so, okay, so now the whole flight's whatever, they transfer my bags, now my bag's going to be on that flight. Okay, well, now I'm not on that flight. So I go to ask about my bag status. They don't know. They don't know anything about it. They're asking, oh, well, what color is your bag? What does your bag look like? Oh, we can't find your bag. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm like spinning, like, wait, is this real? Am I in a dream? What is going on? So at this point, some other people behind me that I've been talking to start to talk too. Folks, everybody is having this experience.
Wow.
So just today, I've talked to multiple families in this line. They're like, yeah, we were supposed to be landed hours ago. Now we don't know where we're going. We don't know when they're getting there. Yada, yada. These are families. Then there are just single flyers like me. They're like, yeah, I travel all the time. I'm traveling for work, whatever. Flying for the last couple of months has been the most miserable thing ever. It's never been like this before. We're kind of chatting it up. Wow. Everybody is going through with this right now.
Wow.
Every single person is going through with this right now. So my current status is I have no fucking clue. And I can't get back to Florida because there's no other flights.
Wow.
So I can't go back to Florida. There's no flights.
Wow.
My original flight that they canceled, that they put me back on, they said was booked full. I can't fly it. They transferred my bags to that flight. Nobody knows where my bags are now. And so I guess what? I'm either going to stay in Nashville. These are the options they give me. Oh, you can stay in Nashville and take the direct flight in the morning. You can fly to New Orleans and take a flight from New Orleans tomorrow.
Wow.
Or you can fly to Tampa Bay tonight and drive to Florida, go wherever you want. These are my current options. This is a fucking clown show.
Wow.
Honestly, this is Twilight Zone level insane. I ask the same question that I started this whole saga with. What in the fuck is going on with flying in this country?
Wow. That's a great question, all right? And so that's a Trump supporter right there, Owen Schroyer. He helped Trump get reelected, and now we're paying the price. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Any questions? This is why I say it's one thing to be anti-Trump, but you got to start showing folks what's currently happening here in the United States and remind them the person in charge is who? Donald J. Trump. It is because of Donald Trump's acing 3 cognitive exams. That's the reason why we are in this position right now, because we have the most incompetent administration ever known. You heard what he said. It's never been this bad. That means even under Sleepy Joe Biden. Leah, thank you. That means even under Sleepy Joe Biden, we didn't have this kind of chaos going on. And they want to accuse me of having TDS? Absolutely not. That's totally unacceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in warming up the lake of fire. Because in the United States of America right now, under Donald Trump, he's managed to ruin the airline industry in record time, with Sean Duffy helping this out. We've seen airplanes falling out of the sky. We've seen multiple government shutdowns. The morale is in the tank. And now you better be careful with your bags, because your bags might make it somewhere you won't make it, and then you're pretty much up the creek without a paddle. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Thank you. I can just ask the audience. I can just ask them. Silence. Watch this. You MAGA. After listening to that, how many of you honestly want to go fly right now after listening to this story? And that was not a Democrat talking, by the way. I didn't want to play it if it was a Democrat, because if I would have did that, you would have said, oh, that's just the Democrats. This is a MAGA. I don't want to fly. I mean, you might got to fly. You know, you got to do what you got to do. But I've just never felt this way about flying. I'm just sitting there going, how much more bad news can come out of the Trump administration as it relates to flying? W's to the chat. Somebody, yeah. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. What's next on my list? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. What do we have here? I'd like to listen to it, all right? We want to get 2 perspectives of what's going on with the Iran war. Yeah, thank you, everyone. You're canceling your cruises? Think about it. The cruises aren't safe anymore, right? The cruises aren't safe. And, you know, I can't think of, the gas prices are going to continue to go up. You know, all of a sudden he's saying, oh, I don't want the deal that Iran is trying to make me accept anymore. Well, what deal would be acceptable, Donald Trump, considering the fact that we're in a war that we cannot win? So we have an update about the war. I think it's very important. And who better to bring it to us than our good friends at Al Jazeera?
The U.S. denies it's running low on ammo as Trump rejects another Iranian proposal as totally unacceptable. And is Iran's leader finally stepping out of the shadows? Here's what you need to know. Donald Trump has dismissed a long-awaited response from Iran to a peace memo that could bring the war to an end. After days of military tensions and diplomatic suspense, the U.S. president posted simply, "I have just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives. I don't like it. Totally unacceptable."
Wow.
Last week, the U.S. demanded Iran halt uranium enrichment, hand over its 400-kilogram stockpile, and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says its nuclear program is not up for discussion, and any deal to end the war must extend to Israel's invasion of Lebanon. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued his own red line, appearing on U.S. television to say the war will continue until Iran gives up its enriched uranium. But can the U.S. continue fighting if the ceasefire breaks down? A member of the Senate Armed Services Committee has revealed that in a Pentagon briefing, lawmakers were told the U.S. is running shockingly low on munitions, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, ATACMS supersonic missiles, and 3 types of interceptors, SM-3s, THAAD rounds, and Patriot surface-to-air missiles.
This president got our country into this without a strategic goal, without a plan, without a timeline. And because of that, we've expended a lot of munitions.
Wow.
And that means the American people are less safe.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth hit back angrily, saying Kelly was blabbing falsely and dumbly about a classified Pentagon briefing and now would be investigated for violating his oath. But a report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates the U.S. could have used
Wait a second. Nicole, Nicole, who's a traitor? I'm confused. Are you talking about MAGA? Or are you talking about us Democrats? I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, Nicole. Please clarify.
80% of the THAAD interceptor rounds in its inventory and up to 60% of its Patriot defense missibles. And it could take more than 3 years to replace them. This comes after the Pentagon revealed it spent more than $25
I was getting a little concerned.
$1 billion on the war so far, a figure that could be much higher. As the Washington Post reports, the damage to bases in the region is far larger than what has been publicly acknowledged.
So MAGA, do you understand where we're at right now? You have the most incompetent president ever with the most incompetent Secretary of Defense ever. They've mismanaged our munitions, and now we are low on munitions. They are also hiding how much damage the U.S. bases in the Middle East have sustained. There's a dollar value with that. That means there's a cost out there they are not disclosing. We've lost 13 at least American troops in the middle of this nonsense, and the gas prices are sky high, and they're projected to go higher. Do you understand this is the situation we're dealing with in the United States? If you vote Republican in the midterms, what you're saying is, I want more of all of this chaos that's going on right now, including bridges, the funding for bridges being cut, the funding for the research to be cut. All right. You want to see Donald Trump destroy your life if you vote Republican. I don't know how else to say this.
دشمن به هیچ کدوم از این اهداف از پیش تعیین شده خودش دست پیدا نکرده در این جنگ شکست خورده.
Iran's leaders say they're not backing down to U.S. demands. President Masoud Pezeshkian posted on X, "We will never bow our heads before the enemy, and if talk of dialogue or negotiation arises, it does not mean surrender or retreat."
You're right, Derek. And Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted that. What happened to those 2 pilots? Remember we rescued 2 pilots out of Iran? What happened to them? Like, they have literally fallen off the face of the earth. And you just can't help but wonder, maybe that was stage 2. Maybe that was all done to get a rise out of the American people. Because none of this makes sense. I just don't understand how we've won the war over 37 times and the gas prices. I put a video up about the gas prices. Did you see it? Go look at the video I just posted. I posted it on Saturday. The gas prices continue to climb. I'm going, we have a ceasefire. We've won 30 plus times and the gas prices continue to rise. It's not making sense.
Thursday, Pezeshkian said he met Iran's supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, who has not been seen in public since he came to power.
Wow.
Amid rumors he was gravely injured in the strike that killed his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in late February. Iran's state TV now says another in-person meeting will take place between Khamenei and senior military officials, and that he's issued new directives.
سرلشکر عبداللهی در این گزارش اعلام کرد آحاد رزمندگان اسلام به لحاظ روحیه رزم، آمادگی دفاعی و هجومی، طرح‌های راهبردی و تجهیزات و تسلیحات مورد نیاز.
But the cost of war on Iran's economy has been brutal. The Statistical Center of Iran says skyrocketing inflation has pushed up the price of basic foods. Solid vegetable oil rose by 375%, cooking oil by 308%, and rice by 173%. And as negotiations stagnate, the strength of the ceasefire is being tested. Fresh drone attacks have targeted the UAE and Kuwait on Sunday, while a Qatari freighter was hit while traveling
So they're still striking our allies in the Middle East, ladies and gentlemen. And the costs, they're going up in both countries. Again, I don't see how this benefits the United States at all. What was the objective? Didn't he say it was to get regime change? And according to him, he's gotten regime change. So why are we still there? How many Trump supporters? Okay, I won't send anybody to hell. I won't send anyone to hell about this Iran war if I can get somebody in the audience that's MAGA to say that they've enlisted since Donald Trump decided to start this war. Have there been any Trump supporters that have enlisted since Donald Trump has decided to start this war? I don't want to hear this whole Iran can't have a nuclear weapon mumbo jumbo. That doesn't make me feel anything. When I hear you say that, I say it's amazing. When I hear them repeat that lie, and then they go back and they go, oh, well, 48 years ago. You ever heard them say this? 48 years ago. So Donald Trump is trying to get back at Iran over a 48-year-old beef, right? And I said, well, so it's okay to go back in the past and try to get justice when it comes to Iran, but it ain't okay to go back in the past to get justice when it comes to slavery? Uh-oh. You see what I just did? Oh, Zeus, you're race baiting. No. If you believe that it is okay to go 50 years back to try to fix something that you believe was the wrong, then why can't we go all the way back and let's really have a serious conversation about reparations? Because honestly, if you want people to stop talking about racism in this country, black people, you're going to have to pay. I'll be honest with you. I won't say a word if you go ahead and give me access, give me a card, put all the logos on it. Visa, Discover, MasterCard, American Express. Do not put a limit on it. And you just let me do what I want with that. And do not send me a bill. I promise you, if you gave me such a card like that, I wouldn't mention racism ever again. Does that sound like a deal? If you gave me that card, what racism? No, and I would be, I could go have a conversation with my family about it and be like, listen, at a certain point, you got to bury the hatchet. I would say that, but y'all don't want to do right by us. So if you don't want to do right by us and go back and fix slavery, don't bring up the whole Iran thing with me, because I have zero empathy or sympathy for that. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, join me in once again warming up the lake of fire. Right? Am I wrong, ladies and gentlemen? No, I could ask black people in the chat this. Hold on. Black folks out there, let's just be clear. If you had an unlimited card with and they said, we won't even send you the bill, do what you want with it, would you continue to talk slavery? Would you bring that up? How many of you would still look at her? Look, no. Because, thank you, everyone. See, they always want to say, well, how would you do it? How would you calculate it? And I said, that's just the best way. Give us about 10 years of that. Give us about 10 years of just getting it out of our system. Just give us 10 years of that. I promise you, the wealth gap, the wealth inequality, all that stuff will close in right order. And you go, okay. And then you'd have to cut the spot. You'd have to cut the water off at a certain point. But give us about 10 or 20 years of that. And that way we could go back and get everything that we feel like we were robbed of. And we have enough time before the clock runs out. All right. So W's to all of you in the chat. So do not bring up reparations around me. Again, all right, in terms of what do I think, what would be fair? And if that made some of you cry, that's just the price you gotta pay. I don't want to see any crocodile tears. Just let me do what I need to do, all right? W's in the chat for all of you. I'm going to go to hell for that, but hey, I'm being honest. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. And this is because I understand right now there's still folks out here who are struggling to enlist in Donald Trump's forever war. They don't want to do it. They just want to sit at home and cry about the Democrats. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these weak patriots where they belong, straight to hell. Thank you.
Silence.
Thank you.
You MAGA Damon.
W Zeus. Wow. We're cooking and booking. Am I right, Little Hawk? Little Hawk, if I gave you that card, Little Hawk, honestly, would that take care of things for you, bro? If I just were to say, here, take this, and I don't want to hear about slavery again, would you honestly just stop talking about it, Little Hawk? Yes, you see? That's real. I mean, you could call me any name in the book. I'd be like, you got one of these? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to care about what you got to say about me. I'm up, you're not. All right, the last thing I want to do is, I think this is important. This is an exchange between Maria Bartiromo and Ro Khanna. And this sums up everything going on right now between Donald Trump, with Donald Trump in this war. It's always Donald Trump trying to blame Barack Obama, but I love how Ro Khanna pushes back and highlights that it's actually Obama who actually did a great job successfully containing Iran.
Are you suggesting that Obama's leadership on Iran was better? Because under President Obama, there were 14 wire transfers to a... Hold on. There were 14 wire transfers to a Swiss account linked to Hezbollah between 2014 and 2016. That was a total of $1.7 billion. The same $1.7 billion he told Congress was frozen Iranian assets. Now, there was a back channel to Tehran through Valerie Jarrett, active for 2012 to 2024. This was after he left office.
So what Maria is doing is she's setting the stage for Ro Khanna to fall into the trap that she's trying to set. Basically, she's trying to point out the fact that Donald Trump had the right to destroy the Iran nuclear deal that Obama negotiated, and she's trying to list off the reasons why. But when you are an educated person and you see what's currently happening in the United States, which is what I just shared with you, the airplanes falling out of the sky, gas prices sky high, no health care, the price of groceries going through the roof. You're listening to what Maria is saying, and you have to say, hey, even if you think what you're saying is true, why the hell am I spending all of my money? Right? And so Ro Khanna gets her.
You know, it was almost like a shadow government. He also sent pellets of cash in a plane to Iran. Now, why would you send money to Iran knowing that they are building a nuclear weapon and they are the leading sponsor of terrorism?
Barack Obama was a great statesman who left America much safer. I wouldn't put Donald Trump in the same paragraph. The reality is when President Obama left, because of the great efforts of people like Valerie Jarrett, we had 97% of the enriched uranium out. The reality is we didn't have 13 American service members dead. The reality is we never had gas go up from $2.30 to $4. The reality is we did not give China more role in the region. Let me finish, Maria. I'll let you finish.
Okay,
we didn't give China more role in the region. We did not give the IRGC a more hardline regime in there. You know why? Because Obama actually did his homework. He actually tried to engage in statesmanship. He got China, Russia, the entire European allies on board with getting Iran on a path to not having a nuclear weapon. All Trump did is listen to Netanyahu. That's his entire foreign policy. And you know what? I resent the fact that Israel is going to tell the United States what to do. The American president should call the shots in this country.
And, well, the American president should call the shots in this country, but you and your colleagues are trying to clip his wings right now with this war powers vote. I agree, the president is in charge. But look, a lot of the things that you just said are just not true, Congressman. I mean, look, we have to look at this realistically. And President Obama sent money to the Iranians, and what did they do? They resumed their buildup of enrichment.
That's not true.
What's not true? What's not true? What specifically about that sentence is not true?
There was a deal that we reached to get 97% of the enriched uranium out. In the process of that, Iran had certain assets that were Iranian assets. Wasn't our money. That was unfrozen. And that
you hear that? It was never our money. It was theirs, and it was unfrozen. And little nuanced details matter, MAGA. Please. When you run around on social media repeating what Donald Trump says, I want you to understand everybody and their mama knows you're getting it from Donald Trump and Fox News. Some people actually take time to explain it to you, but a lot of us are at the point now where we're just like, you know what? If you really want to continue to be a fool and believe what Donald Trump is saying, we're going to let you. Because nothing makes me happier than to know there's Trump supporters out here who are suffering at the hands of their dear leader.
The deal that China, Russia, France, UK, Canada, the United States all agreed to. And then you had Netanyahu come in and try to torpedo it, and AIPAC tried to torpedo that deal. We were on a path to having a denuclear Iran, but what happened is it wasn't in Netanyahu's interest and AIPAC's interest, and they've dragged us into another war in the Middle East. They've hurt American people, and the American people are tired of it. They want people who are going to be Team America. They want people who are going to bring gas prices down here and care about our nation and get us out of these wars, and that's why Obama won. He was against the Iraq War. That's why he was on a path to normalization in terms of getting Iran to be denuclear, but it had the whole world on our side. And AIPAC, Netanyahu tore that up.
Relax.
She telling him to relax. Isn't it so funny when you just hit them with information overload and so much truth, they try to portray you as out of control? Please relax. I'm getting steamrolled on Fox News. And honestly, more Democrats need to start moving towards the red spaces and putting the flag down and shutting this stuff down. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but you got to do it, because the more you give up, You giving them inches, and you're going to give them more territory on the battlefield. We can't give the Republican Party any territory everywhere they're at, spreading lies. We need to show up, put the flag down, boom. No, enough of that.
Congressman, it doesn't change the fact that 10 presidents before President Trump
I'm having
all
trouble
said the
hearing
same
you.
thing.
I think there's some connection issue.
Congressman.
Now I can hear you.
Congressman, it doesn't change the fact that 10 presidents before President Trump all said the same thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. They are the leading state sponsor of terrorism. They cannot have a nuclear weapon.
One president delivered, and that was Barack Obama.
No, that's not true. Not one of them did
Obama is the only one who delivered.
Congressman, you're talking fake.
And you know what makes this is why I say you got to go to red spaces. Donald Trump is watching this entire exchange, all right? He watched this entire exchange, and you know what? I'll read to you what he said.
97%
Obama did
out.
nothing about it. You're talking fantasy. Obama did nothing about
Not true.
it. Other than send money to the
Obama
Iranians.
got the whole world. He didn't send money to them. That's just factually false. He unfroze Iranian assets, but he had the whole world behind us. How many countries do we have behind us now? Obama had Russia, China, Canada, UK, France, the whole world on board, and they lost 97%.
Now, Congressman, now you lost me. Saying Obama had Russia and China in their corner. I think you know better than most that Russia and China are not in our corner. Congressman, we will continue this discussion,
this issue.
And we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ro Khanna.
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, Maria. You keep lying to yourself, all right? You keep lying to yourself about what's going on. So after that, this is what Donald Trump wrote, and this is why I got to send him to hell. He says, you can listen to Fox News all day long, absolutely devour it. But then when you hear sleazebags like Congressman Ro Khanna, a wolf in sheep's clothing, lie, 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 and lie again, without any pushback or competent rebuttal from an anchor. Ooh, that hurts. In this case, okay, Jackie Heinrich, the entire common sense dialogue that's been going on all day at Fox is completely obliterated. Why would Fox put scum like this or others, such as low-rated Bill Maher, who gains credibility, a constant referral to him as though he were a liberal source of wisdom or very low IQ? Hakeem Jeffries, I mean, he's lashing out. Donald Trump is this is why Democrats need to invade, storm Fox News. Do it. All right. Hakeem Jeffrey, who considers the Supreme Court illegitimate and probably hates our country, no matter how fair and balanced the day's news at Fox may be, the end result is destroyed by professional liars, conmen, and liberal crooked politicians. That is why MAGA Republicans, who are actually close to 100% of the party, hate Fox, despite the wonderful contributions made by so many of their great anchors and commentators. Hard to win elections like this. President Donald J. Trump, blah, blah, blah. So he's a victim. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say you have to take the battle to MAGA. You have to go to their battlefield and shut this down. Don't play just defense, play offense. And so what I want to do is let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire, because I know MAGA hurts. They hate it. They hate it when we expose them and we actually show up ready to battle, in terms of just debunking all of their lies. Now she's going back licking her wounds. Congratulations. This is what happens when you vote for Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Donald Trump and his supporters straight to hell, including Fox News. Thank you. Can't take the heat.
Silence, you MAGA.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. All right. Well, listen, we're going to now switch gears and move towards the second half of the show, where we actually bring up viewers, those of you who are brave enough to come up here and testify and tell the truth. So you know the rules. Send a guest request. Try to keep it as short and sweet, maybe, to this, so that others can speak. All are welcome, honestly, as long as you tell the truth. As long as you're telling the truth. But if you want to get up here and be a disgusting, sick person and spread misinformation and lies, I just got to say this. Be careful. Because I have to be the nice one in order to keep this show going. But there are sharks, hungry sharks in the water. They will hear what you're saying, and they will go and do thing, and then they'll come up in the box and they'll make you cry. I haven't met a Trump supporter that has been able to successfully get up here without getting their feelings hurt. So don't lie on this show, all right? Their tails are tucked. The mods, they're gonna get you. I'll get you. And I try to work with you. And, you know, I try to point out some of the flaws in your logic. But if you don't actually pick up on the cues that I'm trying to give you, then you know what? I do believe in using the tools that I have to send the message, which is what? Sending you straight to hell. All right. And if you accidentally send a guest request, you know what the rule is? How many galaxies if you accidentally send a guest request? How many galaxies? Someone said 100. No. Nope. There you go, Brother Jamal. 2. There you go. And I really do appreciate all of you, seriously, for tuning in. All right. Let's move on to our first panelist. Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
Hey, Zeus, how you doing?
I am doing all right. How about you? Did you have a good Mother's Day, by the way?
It was okay.
All right. Happy Mother's Day. All right. You know.
Thank you. Happy belated Mother's Day to all mothers, whether you stepped up, adopted, had, or just nurtured a child. That day was for you.
Facts.
So happy Mother's Day.
Facts.
And don't forget, we got to celebrate Ange because we didn't get a chance to Saturday.
Facts. And I hope she's
so
here.
Write that down so you won't forget.
Tara, anyone, please make sure Ange is here, you know, because
she's here.
Oh, okay, because I don't want to be...
Just write it down so you won't forget at the end of the show.
Oh, I won't forget, trust me. You know, I don't want to get in trouble on TikTok, Takesha, but you're right.
And I saw the way you recognized your mom yesterday. I thought that was really sweet.
Thank you.
You thanked her for just you being handsome.
Thank you.
Know?
Well, everything.
It's a good thing to thank her for. Zeus,
yeah, we all should. We all should.
But while we were trying to celebrate Mother's Day, enjoying our mothers, some were grieving the loss of their mother.
Right.
The leader of the free world was ranting and raving like a lunatic on social media. A day that he should have been spending time with his wife and child, acknowledging her as a great mom, or, you know, just being there for her. Spending time with family. He is on social media raging like a lunatic.
Really?
That lets you know that a family man, he is not. A loving husband, he is not. An empathetic person, he is not. He didn't even wish the mothers in the U.S. yesterday a happy Mother's Day.
Wow.
And the Mother's Day post that he made the day before, he added in his accomplishments, which was really not a Mother's Day wish.
Unbelievable.
At the end of the day, we have a psychopath running these United States.
You believe that, Takesha?
A psychopath. And the more they feed that demon, the more stronger that demon gets. Now you got evangelicals who I've never considered called by God anyway.
Yeah.
Blessing and worshiping a golden statue of Donald Trump.
I saw that, Takesha.
When the Bible clearly says we are not to worship idols. They out there blessing a statue of Donald Trump.
Unprecedented.
And y'all go and sit in these churches and let these people speak words over you. From a Bible they don't even study.
Preach. It's a gold.
I told y'all
Yeah.
we got Nebuchadnezzar in office. You know, Nebuchadnezzar built a 90-foot statue himself. And now you got Donald Trump running around with a golden statue of himself.
Yeah.
Erected for people to see.
Yeah.
If y'all don't understand what's going on, y'all never will.
You think so?
The Bible is being fulfilled.
You see that statue?
And you all are not paying any attention.
There it goes right there. That's the golden statue.
Look at it, Zeus.
Put him on a pedestal. They put him on a pedestal. They got the cloth draping over him. He's doing his little Butler hoax incidents. Right? You know, fight. Palm trees in the background. And he actually, did you hear them? The pastor actually called in. Did you heard that?
Zeus?
I mean, not the pastor. Someone called in, but the pastor, Mark Burns, was there. And I said, I wouldn't call him a pastor.
Zeus, that's why the Bible said you gotta be careful. You gonna know them by the fruit they bear. You can't listen to every voice that come to you and say they know the Lord. Zeus, you gotta pray for discernment.
Yeah.
And the Bible said in that day, men are gonna come to me and say, hey, we prophesied in your name.
Oh,
we done many wonderful works in your name. And the Lord gonna say, baby, I don't even know you. Go on to hell. False prophet, Zeus. But he just uncovering them. It's people's job to not cover them back up. Once he exposes them, you don't go and take the cover and put it back over them. You pay attention to what the Lord is doing. He's showing y'all the fake. And y'all ain't paying no attention. Look who the fake drawing to. Boy, I tell you.
I did do a video about it, but the more you talk about it, the way you're talking about it, the more alarming this is. I'm actually concerned that there was nobody there that actually had enough common sense to say, hey, this is going too far. You know what I'm saying? and being that the people represent, or they profess to be Christians too, they didn't even put like a qualifier statement out like, hey guys, we're making sure you understand this isn't us, being sacrilegious or anything like that, or mocking the Bible. They didn't do anything like that. They literally, should I play what he said? Do you want me to play what they said to keep?
Please,
okay.
Please.
Let's listen to this moment and just tell me, is this not a scary movie?
I want to make sure everyone can hear. Okay, sir.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you so much for being there today, and more importantly, for what you did. The statue is beautiful. I saw it during the weekend. We had a big PGA tournament with a great champion, and all great champions, actually, but it was a great tournament, and I got to look at it very closely, and it's incredible. And I just want to thank you. I know it was done from love, and I want to thank Mark Burns, a pastor. He's a good pastor. He's a good man. I've known him a long time. He's been with me from the beginning, right from the beginning. Maybe about 2 days later, right? 2 days. But
right, Mr. President.
he was right at the beginning, and I appreciate it, Mark. You're great, and just really a good person. And I want to thank everybody there. I don't know, here there's a good crowd of people, but I want to thank you all, and I won't forget it. And we love you all, and the country's doing great, and Iran is not doing good because of us. They are not doing well at all, and good things are happening, and I just want to really give you my love, and I wish I could be there where we want to make sure everything's going perfect on the war front. So I figure you can understand that, but we'll see you all around. I just want to, again, it's everybody is taking pictures of it. My people told me that it's unbelievable. All day long they're taking pictures. They stand up next to it and they have their picture taken. It really came out beautiful. I didn't know what to expect. I just want to thank you all. And we love you all, and God bless America.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. We love you. God bless you, Mr. President. Love you, sir.
You hear them saying that? You hear them saying, we love you?
Zeus.
You hear them say that to Keisha?
You know what that remind me of?
What?
When the people was standing before Pilate, and they said, give us Barabbas.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that for
Zeus.
a minute. Yeah.
I keep telling you, Zeus, it's so clear to people that actually know the word and people that actually have not just a relationship, but a fellowship with God. You can see it, Zeus, plain as day. They've been idol worshiping this man.
You ain't
it's sad. And do you see how they feeding into his ego? And they told me people have been taking pictures and standing back. You're feeding into the ego of the man who got every aspect of the Antichrist. And y'all just feeding him like a all-you-can-eat buffet.
Wow.
This is sad.
It is sad. This is sad. You're right, Takesha. I'm sitting here, and the more I think about it, I say, what more sign do you need to know this is a cult? What other thing you need? Like, if you needed a symbol to represent that you are in a cult, this is it, the golden statue of Donald Trump. It's probably not real gold. Fake gold, actually. It is fake gold. And you're saying...
And my thing is, Zeus, why did it have to be gold? Like the golden calf in the Bible. Worshipping the golden calf. And for those who swear they believers, well, let me take that back. Because they say they Christian. They may be Christians, but they're not believers.
Nah,
because they would know that this is a form of idol worship that they should not be supporting.
We're going to call them deceivers, Takesha.
They are I'm going to call them modern day Pharisees.
There you go.
That's really all I had to say, because it really bothered me. I had to text it to my pastor. My pastor said I was really hoping it was AI. He said I would have felt better if it was AI.
Dang.
Yeah.
Mocking the Bible in broad daylight.
Broad daylight. Y'all just putting this man above God. God don't even want you to make an image of him.
Facts.
And then you turn around and make an image of man that you keep propping up. And I'm going to say this, Zeus, then I'm going to go. God did not call preachers to talk about Donald Trump. God did not call preachers to be political. God did not call preachers to be in all this mess they in trying to take up for this man and convince they flock to follow this man. God called you to talk about one person, and that's Jesus Christ. And when you put Trump as your topic and you push Jesus to the side, you're not doing what God called you to do. That means God didn't call you. You called yourself.
Amen.
God said that many be called, Zeus, but few be chosen.
There you go.
Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Takesha. No lies detected, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is sad. It's really sad that we've entered this dark chapter in America where folks are actually worshiping Donald Trump like he's God. That's what's happening. And as they're worshiping Donald Trump, the nation is going down in degradation. You cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go on to our next panelist. Uh-oh. I thought that was, who was it? I thought that was you, Dolphin. I don't know where you went. Maybe TikTok gave you a glitch. Oh, never mind. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there's a glitch. I'll bring you back, Tinkerbell. Good morning, Dolphin. Send a request, Tinkerbell. Good morning, Dolphin.
Damn it. I was muted.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. How's it going? How was your weekend? How's mom's?
Oh, she's well. She went to go see the new MJ movie last night. My brother and sister-in-law took her.
Oh, thank you. That was a good movie, by the way. Shout out to it. That was a good movie, by the way. You know,
Yeah. She told me it was. Yeah. So I have an untrue social account, right? Just probably like everybody else. Well, maybe not everybody else, but I subject myself to punishment constantly listening to this man, because one thing I have learned from being bullied my whole life was literally know your enemy.
Correct.
Right. Know your enemy. So, this guy, I'm sorry, that thing that's currently in office, because he likes to dehumanize people, I will do the same to him. Oh, and Takesha, let me tell you the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. Sorry, I hate to do this. Psychopath can actually pretend like they have feelings. Trump is completely disconnected. That would mean that he is a sociopath. Sorry. One other thing, he is going nuts on SCOTUS, and once again, right?
Yeah.
He wants loyalty. So he said, it's okay to be loyal to the one that appointed you to the highest seat in the country, almost, because I think he's saying he's higher.
Yeah.
Later on in that post said, I'm not asking for loyalty. What? You literally just did. paragraph above.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell them, Dolphin.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Hey, gorgeous. I love you, Marissa.
Thank you.
Anyways, she is so freaking sexy.
Yeah.
And you, Mr. Handsome.
Tell them. You know they get insecure when you say that, Dolphin, but don't do that.
Oh.
You're doing great and you're doing amazing. Thank you.
And let me say happy belated Mother's Day to your mom.
Oh, thank you. Wow, W's in the chat for Dolphin. See?
One other thing. I did that thing that you asked me to, or that you told me to do. I did like one song and then you have to pay for it, but I don't have the money to pay for it.
It works like that. It works like that. But keep up the good work. You're gonna figure it out. Seriously.
Don't make me drop you. Oh, Nutty, I love you too.
Fair enough. Yeah. Nutty might do that. He gets very, very insecure about unfortunately
everything.
I don't want to bring his DNA and his genes into it, but he's very insecure about it, Dolphin. So listen.
Well, like I said, bullies are cowards. They always have been. They always will be.
I love it. You just made my morning, Dolphin. Thank you.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm literally looking like Chucky.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Do what you do. It's an honor that you're able to make it here every day and tune in and listen to what we're saying and help fight the good fight. Don't worry about that. All right. W's in the chat for Dolphin.
I try.
All right.
One other thing. I just want to say happy belated Mother's Day to everybody in the chat. To the fur baby moms.
True.
To the turtle moms, because I had somebody come in my live yesterday was like, I'm a turtle mom. And I'm like, okay, turtle mom.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to the Mr. moms.
Aw.
And happy Mother's Day to the expected moms.
Aw. Come on. Let's go. You see that? And you know what, Dolphin? They always say we spread hate on this show. But what you just did is you showed so much love. You have a really big heart. Really, it's really amazing that you have such a big heart. I've never seen a heart so big in my life. Thank you, Dolphin. Seriously, because a lot of people don't even have there's a lot of people, especially on their children didn't even reach out to them on Mother's Day. It's a sad situation because people have gone for whatever the reason is, right? There's a lot of heartless individuals. Maybe it's because Trump has ruined the country so much. Folks are struggling so much. It's hard to be grateful. Maybe it's because he doesn't even celebrate Mother's Day. But you saying that it's definitely important because people do need to be acknowledged and respected.
No, I got my mom a card. I paid for her haircut.
Good.
I got her some flowers, and I got her this little bear, but it's like made out of rubber roses.
Yeah.
And it looks really cute. And I gave her $20 to go see the movie. Of course, then again, I have no idea if $20 even covers movies anymore.
It'll get her in the theater, trust me. All right.
No, she already went. I felt so happy for her.
Okay.
But I don't talk to my brother because of what he did to me when my mom was sick.
Oh, well, listen. You keep up the good work, all right, Dolphin, and stay strong. All right? And we're gonna try.
All right, let me wean myself out. I always got to wean myself out.
There you go. All right. And if Nutty says anything bad about you, I'll take care of it. All right. You have my word.
Thank you.
All right. W's in the chat for Dolphin, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you go. See, it's one of the most amazing and thrilling experiences, ladies and gentlemen, is when you get to interact and check in with all of the amazing people out there who just have so much to contribute to the show, and it's usually positive. Every now and then we get some bumpy, we get into some choppy waters, but for the most part, we're all on the same page about trying to be positive. Sadie, good morning. Good morning, Sadie. How are you? Sadie Jarrett 993. I can hear you. Okay, Sadie, I heard you. Guess what? That's 2 galaxies. Check in with the mods, right edge. Woo! Oh, yeah. Let's see. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Ruben Graves. Good morning. Ruben Graves. Ruben Graves. Ruben Graves. That's 2 galaxies. It doesn't take that long, ladies and gentlemen, to go through the list. Pamela Thomas, good morning. Pamela, are you there? Pamela, are you there? That's like 6 galaxies. Pamela. You can't see them? Yeah, you can't see them. You can't see anyone, really. All right, well then you know what? You can hear that, right? Did you hear that? Pamela, you're in the guest box. Pamela, that's 2 galaxies, all right? So that's okay, I can't hold it against them. Let's just see. Is it TikTok or is it me? I don't know. Let's bring up somebody else that we all know. Nutty, are you there?
I am indeed. I'm
all
here.
right. Good. Can you all see Nutty? You can see Nutty? I can see you.
How's everybody this morning?
We're doing good. How about you? How was your weekend?
It was a long, arduous, but it was a good weekend. Because any day above ground is a great day.
Facts.
So we're thankful just to have another day to see, the birds, to see the grass, to see, they say go out and touch some grass. People really should touch some grass.
Facts.
It's good for the mental health.
Yeah.
But like Takesha and everyone else has said, happy belated Mother's Day. But I'm being selective as to who I'm.
Who are you excluding? Who are you excluding?
I'm excluding everyone who hates. I'm excluding everyone who lies, cheats, steals. I'm including everyone who thinks Donald Trump is a god. I'm including everyone who's just a despicable human being.
In other words, MAGA.
Yeah, MAGA. and the people who claim not to be MAGA but keep supporting MAGA, like VG, and the Bears and all that things. But I want to piggyback on Takesha because Takesha is our resident TikTok preacher.
Yeah.
But what she was saying is so much truth, right?
Yeah.
I get irritated when so-called Christians, they get out here and they do all the things, and then they wonder why people continue to walk away from Christianity itself.
Yeah.
So the Bible is very clear, has scripture upon scripture upon scripture about idolatry. Starting with Exodus 20, says you shall have no other gods before me. And it tells you should not make yourself a carved image. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. Isn't that what we just saw with the whole Donald Trump thing?
Yep.
Then we go to Leviticus 26. It talks about making idols for yourselves. And Takesha used the word erect an image. And he has to erect an image because he can't get anything else erect.
Oh.
Stormy Daniels told us that already. So it's helping his little manhood there.
Wow.
And then in 1 Corinthians, it tells us to flee from idolatry. Then you go over to Psalms, and the Psalms describes idolatry as silver and gold, the work of human hands, which cannot speak, see, heal, or feel. Isaiah then talks about it. Habakkuk then talks about it. Colossians talks about it. Romans talks about it. I can go on and on and on. But more importantly, in Matthew 6:24 says, no one can serve 2 masters. You cannot serve God and money.
Facts.
And that's exactly what Donald Trump is all about. It's the service of money. He's not in the service of you, MAGA. He's not in service of any U.S. citizen because we know he hates everyone, especially immigrants.
Yep.
Especially immigrants.
Yep.
But, even though he hates immigrants, Zeus, he still don't like U.S. citizens. So what's the point, MAGA? Time and time again, we keep hearing these people get on these platforms and say, oh, that ain't true. That ain't true. This isn't true. Where's your proof? Where's this? Where's that? The other. And then we say, did you hear about A, B, C, and D? Oh, I haven't heard about that. But they can tell you everything about Hunter Biden's dick.
Oh! Wow. Nutty's coming in hot this morning.
I mean, where is the lie? Where is the line? Yeah. We keep asking where's the lie, but where's the line for these people? Where's the line? You keep calling yourself a Christian.
Yeah.
What God do you serve? I know it's with a small G because it's not with a capital G. What God do you serve?
Yeah.
You so-called, and I'm only talking to the people who call themselves Christians.
Yeah.
Because I understand that not everyone is a Christian. And I respect their right to serve whatever entity they want to serve. But I choose to serve God.
Thank you.
That's my choice.
Thank
and
you.
I'm not pushing my religion on them, but I'm talking specifically to the people who continues to talk about God this, God that, but then they hate their neighbors, but they love some God that they cannot see. Even scripture talks about that. How can you love me as something you cannot see?
Amen.
And you can't love your brother
Amen.
who you can see.
Amen. You hear that? That's why I get on, and Nutty, you're so right, which is why I get on Blagga so hard on this show. I realize I cannot allow these demons to get away with an inch of crime, a centimeter, a millimeter of any of their transgressions against the good book because of what you just said. These folks will sit out here and pretend like they are really saved, sanctified, and full of the Holy Spirit, and they care about black people. And, but then like you said, their hearts have nothing to do with God and Jesus in the Bible. Nothing.
I saw a lot of people, because you still got crazies in this live right now listening.
Where?
They come here every day.
Where?
In your comment section. They come here every day to listen because they want to troll whatever, like VG. And I seen some people, they talk about the way Takesha speaks.
Oh.
They talk about the way that Takesha does this, that, and the other. But see what they're angry about is that Takesha is more of anything than they'll ever be. They are jealous of the fact that we all like and love Takesha and we don't like or love them.
Amen.
They're jealous of the fact that when you turn on your live, Zeus, one of the main people ask for is who? It's Takesha.
Yeah.
One of the main people they ask for is Takesha.
Yeah.
And they're jealous of that because that same scripture that she gets in here and quotes, that same Bible tells me that jealousy is crueler than the grave.
Ooh. Oh.
Stop being jealous.
Ooh.
If you weren't so despicable as a human being, and if you were loving, if you were caring, if you were nice, generous, and all the things, people would love you too. In order to obtain friends, you must show yourself friendly.
Ooh.
You must first show yourself friendly in order to obtain friends.
Ooh. Oh, this is a verbal chastisement Nutty is giving MAGA this morning.
Like, you cannot be jealous.
Wow.
You see people like Shay.
Yeah.
You see Takesha. You see Val.
Yeah.
You see Jim. You see all the people that come up here on a consistent basis that the people love to hear from. And they're jealous of it.
Yeah.
Why do they get so much time?
Yeah.
Why do they get this, that, and the other? It's because we've been ride or die with you since day one.
Yeah, you're jealous, Vegas. Yeah, Nutty's waking up the demons this morning. He's stirring the pot.
We've been consistent.
Yeah.
We are the same across the platform, not just in the kingdom.
Facts.
When we go across the platform, we're speaking the same message. We're not in Zeus's live acting like we're friends with each other, but then go to MOD's live and be talking about the same people we're acting like we're friends with, Vegas. Get yourself together, girl. Get yourself together. And go have many seats.
Hey, thank you, Nutty. I mean, and it's not just Vegas, it's the demon. She's carrying a demon, so what Nutty is saying, it applies to the demon in general.
It applies to everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone.
She's just the latest vessel. Yeah.
It's consistency. We are consistent across the app.
Yeah.
When you see any of us going into any other platforms, we're speaking the same message all the time that we speak here in the kingdom because that's who we are to a core. That is our character. Something that you all do not have.
Ooh. Oh.
You do not have character.
Yeah. Blistering rebuke this
because
morning.
you're so drawn to being popular. You want people to like you. You want people to accept you. Well, be a good human being and people will accept you. It is that simple.
Facts.
Just be a good human being. Stop being despicable. Stop hating on the immigrants. Stop lying for Donald Trump when you see all the mess that he does in your face.
Thank you.
That's called gaslighting.
Facts.
When you can see something with your own eyes and then he tells you it's not true and you be like, okay, daddy, I believe you.
Wow, W's nutty.
My God, how stupid can y'all be?
Y'all done woke the demon up getting into Nutty. Nutty, you woke up on fire, bro. Man, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give Nutty a huge round of applause. Keep going.
No, because when people attack my sister, and make no mistake about it, Takesha is my sister.
Yeah, they were attacking
when you attack,
her? Wow.
Well, not today. I've been watching for a while, Zeus.
Yeah, okay.
When they attack her, they attack me. They attack all of us.
True.
Because we are ride or dies. We're gonna be on the front line for the people we care about. And this is me being on the front line.
Yeah. Thank you, Nutty. I'm being honest because I have to be the nice guy. And I know every single one of you can handle your own, but every now and then a rally cry is made, and like what we're hearing now, we can't allow people to get up here and be disrespectful to folks that are actually putting in the work to try to save the United States. It's amazing.
So I'm getting out of here, Zeus, but there's one thing that Keisha didn't do that we're used to hearing, and I saw it in the comments. She didn't ask y'all to hit her Cash App.
Oh.
So I'm asking y'all, hit that Cash App for Takesha.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Kiki.
Hit that Cash App.
Some of y'all know her as Kiki.
Hit that Cash App for Kiki.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what y'all say about Kiki, because Kiki don't care about what y'all say about her either, as long as you hitting that Cash App.
Hey, they get mad.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Thank you. And you're right, Nutty. Yeah, hit that Cash App. We support black business over here.
Absolutely.
Especially black women.
You can call it grift all you want. But you know what? I'd rather send my money to a grifter like Takesha instead of a billionaire.
Thank you. Because she gonna do the right thing with it.
Absolutely.
She ain't gonna make up a story about cell phones and shoes and then turn around and go do something. And
then build herself a 20-foot golden statue?
Yeah, she ain't gonna do nothing like that. She gonna use that money.
Reflecting pond?
Thank you. Yeah. She gonna do the right thing with that. I've trusted it. Thank you, Nutty.
So, have a great day.
You too,
Be not weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall all reap if we faint not.
Thank you.
But in closing, do good, seek justice, keep pushing.
Amen. Thank you, Nutty. Kiki. Wow. That was it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was a pretty good moment right there. That's going to go down in the history books. And so, as you all can see, we've been doing quite well this morning, cooking and booking, bringing the truth out, and we've defeated the demon this morning once again. We sit high on TikTok on this show because all we do is show what Donald Trump is doing to destroy this country. And we all know who the characters are out here that are keeping the lie alive. When they go, what is the lie? And I say, well, you know what the lie is? The lie is that we're a hot country. Are we a hot country, ladies and gentlemen? No, we're not a hot country. We are the laughing stock of the world. And the quicker the Trump voters out there, he's bragging about his poll numbers. The quicker you Trump voters stop supporting this demon, what is this right here? The quicker you Trump supporters stop supporting this demon, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And he must know that I'm doing work right now. He must know I'm doing work right now because look at him. He decided, what is he doing right now? He decided he wants to have a press conference right now, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up, right? He's having a press conference. I want to see what he's talking about real quick.
There was opportunity for continued growth. President Trump saw that and he acted
Look at him falling asleep.
So now more people are going to have access through their employer, just like they did dental or vision insurance. And there are people right now who this is out of reach.
Look at him pretending to read.
And President Trump is bringing that back in. When you look at the comprehensive nature of what we're doing today and coming on the heels of Mother's Day, I mean, we are thrilled to support mothers everywhere. Whether it's that mom that is getting to experience growing life for the very first time, or the one chasing toddlers, or wrangling teenagers, or being there when their adult child calls for advice. Moms are the heartbeats of our families, our communities.
Can't even stay awake.
President Trump knows that, and he's made sure we've created a comprehensive culture of life. That's what you see right now with moms.gov. Moms.gov was something that then Senator Rubio and I talked about doing with Senator
embarrassing,
Kramer and
MAGA.
now Senator Schmidt, but of course, President Trump is actually going to put it into action. It supports moms through the prenatal, postpartum, and early childhood development stages of motherhood. Also, as we tackle rural health, look, I stand up here in front of you not only as a mom,
that'll put him to sleep.
but also as someone who lives in the great state of Alabama.
Yeah, we see
where
you.
About 28% of women live in a current maternal care desert. The work that we did in the Working Families Tax Cuts, guys, that hits it head on.
Look at his mouth.
We have an opportunity now
He
to
like he had a
reach
stroke.
those who haven't been reached. When we look at maternal mortality rates, we continue to invest both in the research that will help us resolve that issue, but also
He doesn't
in the
care
women,
about a single word
that
these
deal
women are
with
saying, by
so
the
many
way.
issues during their pregnancy. We want them to be
Probably
supported.
farting and everything.
And then in addition
and they gotta
to all
smell
of
that.
child care. So we know last year alone
Sick.
you had about 455,000 women leave the workforce due to affordability and accessibility of child care.
Look at 'em.
We've often said, and the president and I have talked about this, if you have or want the opportunity to stay home, we want that for you. But if you want or need the opportunity to re-enter the workforce and want to be a part of building back
it's getting hard, huh?
President Trump is doing, we don't want affordability or accessibility to be an impediment to that. So not only at his direction, and I was proud to lead the effort in the Working Families Tax Cuts to modernize the tax code to make sure that child care was front and center for the first time since Ronald Reagan, sir.
Look at her. She got to look and talk to him to
But
keep him
today,
awake.
that comprehensive nature of whether you're staying home or you're in a faith-based provider or you have a child care center that you lovingly send your child to every day as you work.
You think Biden would do this?
Family. Today,
Seriously.
that is easier as a result, and we are proud of what that means for the economy. We know 24% of young families, our young families spend about 24%
This
of
is
their
sad,
annual income
MAGA.
on child care. So, Mr. President, thank you for all that you've
She
done.
got to tell him,
Creating a
Mr. President,
comprehensive
keep
culture
him
of
awake.
life. This is really groundbreaking.
So do you see now why I endorsed her so
Yes.
and always will. I'd be afraid not to. She also is married to the largest human being I've ever met. Her husband is great. He's a 11-year player in the NFL, an all-star, one
Central
of the
casting, go ahead.
greatest college football players ever at what he does. So he's a fantastic person. Both two really fantastic people. Monique Pruitt speaks about Trump RX.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. President and Senator Brett, for all the work and the teams that have done so much around this.
Watch.
This is a very important
I'm not going to watch this. I just want to see if he falls asleep.
I personally use Trump RX and I've saved thousands of dollars on my medication. As President Trump mentioned, a lot of insurances did not cover this. Looks like they will.
She's
now,
direct.
so that's
She's
wonderful.
directly
Thank you.
behind him, so I want to see how he's going to handle
some don't
this.
cover the medication portion that can be a separate pharmaceutical cost. So Trump RX
right there.
has brought a lot of the prices
Not
of
enough.
medications down. For me personally,
Not
Model
enough.
F has been one of
Dang,
the main
bro.
medicines that people use for egg retrievals, and that I
that's
could
some
not
good
find
sleep,
it
huh, bro?
anywhere on any other website or for cheaper. So
He ain't even going to try to act like he listening to her. She's too far behind me. I'm not turning
It's
around.
been amazing, hasn't it? The difference in cost. It's just incredible. I mean,
He just wakes
you
up and
talk about
says
something
stuff.
where it goes down 5, 6, 7 times. And I tell the story often. I was so proud. My first term, 1/8 of 1%. I reduced drug costs during my third year. 1/8 of 1%, and that's the first time in 28 years that prices went down. And I was so proud. I had a newsconference remember that? I was there. Yes. I'd like to just say that prices have gone down 1/8 of 1%, which is the
they
first
just
time
laughing.
in 28 years that prices have gone down for prescription drug prices and other. I was so proud of that, and now I reduced them by 500%. Perhaps that's experience. I always knew that we were being just absolutely decimated, but I was hunted. I was the hunter. Now I was the hunted then, and I had to devote a lot of time to that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been so effective. Yeah.
So now you're the predator.
So
he caught
I was
himself.
hunted by some very bad people. Now I'm the hunter. It's much better when you're the hunter. But these are bad people, and
confessions.
They'll give you no support at all, no matter how good it is. I mean, as an example, I don't know what the numbers are, but if we go to Congress to get something approved, which we get, but you can say that we're going to reduce drug prices by 80%, and we won't get one Democrat vote. I don't know how they get away with it. That's why we call them the Democrats. We have a new name. They're Democrats because they're dumb. They're dumb people. And
rhetoric, violent rhetoric.
They just can't do it. I've been waiting so long for them to change, but they just keep losing, and they're going to keep losing.
What does that have to do with what she's talking about?
But we reduce prices by 70-80%, and it's such a big deal. I'd like to ask Olivia Walton, who's here with her very handsome husband, Tom.
See that handsome husband, grinder talk.
And you're going to speak about maternal health care.
Mr. President, I'm going to introduce Olivia, if you don't mind.
Okay, good.
Before we leave the last topic, it's the leader of EMD Serrano, which makes one of the most important fertility drugs is here. Just to remind you, because you've been giving different percentages, the Monique's price of getting a product is 1/10.
I'm done with Donald Trump right now,
to
ladies and gentlemen.
So,
So this is the most incompetent person ever. Literally the laughing stock of the world. Yeah. Hitting on the men in the interview, falling asleep on the women, waking up saying he doesn't even know the numbers. This is the person you all think is going to somehow put America in a more prosperous and safer position? Absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. Somebody voted for this demon to fall asleep in front of the camera. You think Biden would have done that? Absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Donald Trump straight to hell. Pathetic. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, goodness gracious. Isn't it like when you hear his voice, the whole mood changes, right? It just does something to you. When you listen to his voice, you're sitting there going, man, why am I all of a sudden feeling like, like I'm just under attack and, all these demons are coming around me. It's like he brings it out of you. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring up our next panelist. Good morning, Tinkerbell. Welcome. Everyone says they get nauseous. Yeah, we get nauseous when this demon talks. Makes you cringe. Yeah. Good morning, Tinkerbell. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus.
Good
How
morning.
you doing?
I'm doing all right, and you?
Oh, hanging in there.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you again about I swear, it still goes back to the Jim Jones thing I told you about before. A lot of stuff that Trump does, it reminds me of Jim Jones.
Talk to him.
Because when Jim Jones had his cult, he would tell them that he needed all their money and that they were broke, that they needed money for the compound or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was eating steak and lobster, and they were over there having peanut butter sandwiches.
Wow.
Yeah, no, for real. If you watch,
he made the cult.
It's in the documentary. Yeah, it's crazy.
So Jim Jones, he made his supporters struggle to eat while he was living large and eating.
Yeah, and when he did finally unalive, the whole thing is very sad, of course. But when he was finally gone, he had $7 million from his followers. Yeah, and he was literally robbing little senior citizens for their entire SSI checks.
Wow.
He had a whole section for just the seniors, and he was taking all their money. And so it does remind me of what Trump does. And then one time he said he wanted to test their loyalty, and he said he said that
I remember this.
Drink the Kool-Aid. But that time, the first time, it wasn't poisoned yet. So he wanted to test their loyalty. And, some of the people in the cult actually drank the freaking Kool-Aid. And so anyway, that's how he tested their loyalty back then. And that reminds me of what Trump did on January 6th, you know, like, oh, I'm going to test their loyalty. I'm going to see how loyal they are to me.
Or the Butler incident, right? I think
Or that, yeah.
I'm thinking every one of those staged hoaxes,
Yeah,
it was just a loyalty test.
Yeah, all his publicity stunts, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's a good connection.
But, yeah. And I'm thankful that my son isn't a Trumper.
Thank God.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm so thankful.
You raised him
You know,
right. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy belated
Yeah,
Mother's Day.
Thank you. Yeah, he has common sense, you know, and he can't stand what ICE is doing and all that. He's just so heartbroken about everything too, but I try not to talk about it too much because then it's just such a bummer, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So.
You raise them right, they're going to end up
Thank
doing the
you.
right thing. So W's in the chat for Tinkerbell.
Thank you.
And I also have to
Thank
say,
you.
I actually agree with you. It's definitely Jim Jones like, to be honest with you, because I do remember that part when I looked into it, right? He's trying to find out who's the most loyal and who and it ultimately led to him being paranoid and, you know, going to
Yes. Oh, and then one last thing, since you mentioned the paranoid thing, they found out the last couple years that Jim Jones was on, you know, he was on drugs, and that's why he was so paranoid. And he would always like tell his cult all this crazy stuff, like they're out to get us, this and that and the other, and they hung on his every word. They really did.
Wow.
Well, yeah, whatever Jim said was like that was what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that something?
Yes.
Do you think?
So yes, it does remind me of Jim Jones.
What about the cult members though, Tinkerbell? Like honestly, why do you think MAGA is not understanding they're in a cult, or why? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. They're just so far gone. I think they don't even care. I think they like that they're in a cult at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, and
There you, Tinkerbell.
you know, and like I had to stop talking to my two sisters, and you know it does break my heart, but I brought myself a lot of peace. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, no matter what I say, it was always but Trump said, you know, it's just like I'm over it. I can't deal with it. It's not worth it.
No,
you know?
Yeah, because you know they're making excuses for his
Right.
failures, and at a certain point, you just sit there and you go, you know what? I'm going to allow you to basically, you know, deal with the consequences of being foolish.
Viper says my sisters are the smart ones. No, they're not. They're in a cult.
Thank you. W's in the chat for Tinkerbell. Viper, you're not that intelligent.
No, she's not.
Wow.
No, I don't. You know, I don't blindly follow somebody, especially someone so corrupt and evil as Donald Trump.
Facts.
So,
Well, you know what we're going to do? Hey, Viper, we're going to encourage you. Just send Donald Trump everything you have. All right. And your cup will runneth over.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And when it does runneth over, come on back to us and then let us see, you know, how prosperous you really are. All right.
Thank
Viper?
you guys for the love. I appreciate you guys.
They love you.
And I love you guys so much. You know, I want to say one last thing too is when he took the money, like let's say, for example, the SSI check.
Yes.
He literally would tell them they could keep $5. $5 out of their whole check. And then sometimes he would say, you know what? I need that $5.
Wow.
And since they since they lived on that compound, they were like, I mean, you know, sadly, I think towards the end they really were trapped there. They couldn't get off the island. Remember?
Yeah.
But now it's like with MAGA, what's your excuse? You're not on no damn island. Why are you still?
Thank you. I gotta give it to you. You're right. But thank you, Tinkerbell. All right.
Well, thank you, sweetie.
All righty.
And you know, keep up the good work, and you're saving America one day at a time.
You think so?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I appreciate.
You're doing God's work.
I try my best. All right, I really do. All right.
Yes, you're doing fabulous.
Fair enough. All right. Let's move.
Thanks, sweetie. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Tinkerbell.
Thank you.
No, look at him. No lies detected. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at this demon right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him. This demon right here. I just can't believe they are allowing this to play out like this.
Doctor, very much.
Thank you.
Well done. It's well done. Dr. Adams, please, about childcare.
Thank you, Mr. President. This Mother's Day, we recognize the reality for millions of Americans that childcare has become too expensive, too difficult to find, and too disconnected from the needs of working families. For years, Washington's answer has always been the same. More bureaucracy, more mandates, and higher costs for everyone. President Trump, you are taking a different approach. Under your leadership, we're advancing a child care reform back.
It's just amazing.
Parents back in charge.
It's just amazing. He can literally get away with sleeping like
First, we're restoring parental choice. That means bringing faith-based providers back to the table. And it means
I really get upset.
Providers, relatives,
you know,
parents who choose to stay home
because they always say
during the earliest years of their children's lives.
Joe Biden,
Second,
Sleepy Joe,
unnecessary red tape.
He won
red tape
in his basement. But then you see this.
Limited access to care. And
look at him.
Harder for working families to find the support they needed. We're moving away from one-size-fits-all
look at this.
federal mandates and instead empowering parents
nodding
to meet
off.
their child's unique needs. And then third, we're strengthening accountability
and you know,
to ensure taxpayer dollars.
Many of us, we've dealt with medication.
Fraudsters. Under the Biden administration,
you just look at this and you're just sitting there going, really?
Sent the security home.
Whose idea was it to give him that and then put him in front of a camera?
These funds go to families who truly need support. Our goal is simple: more affordable options, more providers, more choices for parents, and more accountability for taxpayers. Mr. President, your pro-family agenda recognizes a simple truth. Strong families build a strong nation. And if I could just add on a personal note, Mr. President, I want to thank
I couldn't do it. Listen, bro, you're falling asleep while I'm talking. You clearly don't respect me.
Emerson is a product
but these
of,
dummies,
and I thank you for your leadership.
They sit there and let him fall asleep in front of them, and they still keep being dummies.
More American families. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
He has no clue what this man has said.
It's been really successful under this administration. And again, Katie, you were so helpful. Bobby, do you have something to say?
Very briefly, Mr. President.
He always falls asleep when RFK talks. Watch this.
What a huge win for the MAHA movement and for the pro-life movement.
He can't handle RFK.
Moms.gov it is one-stop shopping for IVF, for prenatal care, for postnatal care, for nutrition, for baby formula, and of course for Trump RX. We have, as Dr. Oz pointed out, a fertility crisis in this country right now. We just found out that we've dropped.
He put his neck up on that one. You see that? He put the neck up like, I'm cool.
The replacement rate is 2.1. Wow. 100 years ago, we were at 3.27, so more than double that we are today. We are approaching the cataclysmic rates that Japan and China are now experiencing that is threatening their economy. It's a threat not only to our economy, to our national security, it's a direct threat to our Social Security Trust Fund, to the Medicare Trust Fund. President Trump has directed my agency to find out the cause of the fertility crisis, and that is part of this program.
Open the drawer, see what's in the drawer, stay awake. You know, he got all the tricks.
Which directly affect fertility, of obesity, which affects fertility, of endocrine disruptors, the pesticides,
and the way his jaw
toxic
is,
soup that our
you know he had that stroke.
Walking around today to try to figure it out.
That lip
slant. Fertility crisis for women began in 2007. For men in 1970, men had twice the sperm count as our teenagers do today. This is an existential crisis for our country.
You don't care what RFK is saying.
We had a series of presidents that were trying to discourage
uncomfortable in their
childbirth and motherhood in this country. We now have a president that is trying to encourage it. And I want to thank you again for your leadership.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you very much, Bobby. And
I knew it.
There's another word, autism, that we're very much involved with, and I have my own ideas, but
he has no clue what RFK
Bobby,
said.
Everybody that really just focused on it.
You just wake up and start talking.
I think in a certain way, I would like you to look at the payment schedules,
it's
Bobby.
Sad.
I think it's very skewed because of the payment.
You know, you be in church doing this stuff. How many of you been in church like this?
I think it has to
you wake up, the pastor talking, and you just wake up and pick up where you heard the last word you heard him say.
I mean, every person around is going to have autism. That's what's happening.
Okay.
So, because I really believe that that's very badly skewed. But more importantly, but I would like that done immediately. But more importantly, I think that some great progress has been made as to why, what is this thing that's happening all over the world, but here, what is it? What's going on?
Jesus Christ!
And
what is he
there has to be something because it spiked so much over the last 10 years.
What is he talking about?
Spiked over the last 15 years. It's gone up many, many times, and I think it's a very important thing to mention. I mention it all the time, having to do with other subjects, and then I bring in autism. Anything having to do with medical, I always
still
bring
asleep.
in autism.
He's just talking.
On another topic, we're looking very seriously at natural 7-OH and getting that approved. Natural 7-OH. And
What?
we'll take a look at that very strongly. I think Oz and everybody were looking to see if we can do something there. A lot of people are asking for it. And thank you very much for the work on that. And with that, do you have any questions?
Question time. I got to listen to the questions.
With the generals on Iran, you rejected a deal from Iran over the weekend. Can you tell us anything about that proposal and what, if any, effort will be made to break this deal?
Yeah, it was just unacceptable. You know, a lot of people said, well, does he have a plan?
Iran can't have a nuclear
the best
weapon.
plan ever. I mean,
Here goes.
Iran has been defeated militarily, totally.
Here goes.
They have a little left. They probably built up during this period of time. We'll knock that out in about a day. But I have a plan. You know what it is? A very simple plan. I don't know why you don't.
What's the plan?
Say it like it is. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Didn't I call it? Didn't I call it?
Very dangerous.
Didn't I call it? Didn't I call it?
It's a terrible thing that's happened over there. They've killed 42,000 people. In
Didn't
the
I
last
call
2
it?
months, 42,000. At least that's what we know of. 42,000 people. They killed numerous
did.
people over the last week, but they killed 42,000 people
And here's the thing.
a month ago.
MAGA gets mad at me because I'm
They
ahead of
were,
them when it comes to this guy.
protesters. Not at all violent protesters.
Here
And they started taking them out, shooting them. So we're not going to let them. That's the plan. You know, people say, "What's the plan?" The plan is very simple. The blockade, first of all, was a part of military genius, just like Venezuela was military genius. We have the greatest military in the world by far, and we're stocked up with great ammunition. We have much better stuff than we did 2 months ago when we first did the attack, which knocked them for a loop. But very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It can't have it. And if they did have it, the Middle East would be gone, Israel would be gone, and they'd hit Europe probably next. We're doing a service to the world.
We don't use the
And
straight.
this has gone on for 47 years. Other presidents and leaders of other countries that have the power should have done it, but they didn't do it. But it's a very simple plan. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't have a nuclear weapon, and they didn't want to go that far. If you can believe it, they didn't. How stupid? Are they stupid people? They didn't want to believe it. They think that, well, I'll get tired of this, or I'll get bored, or I'll have some pressure. But there's no pressure. There's no pressure at all. We're going to have a complete victory. We've already, in theory, had a complete victory from the military.
We got regime
standpoint.
change.
The military, look, their Navy is dead. They have 150. They had 159 ships.
Yeah.
Right now they have 0, other than the little speedboats that go around that got taken out 8 a day by us. They have no Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft. Now, they probably put the shoulder jobs into service over the last 3 weeks, probably. But essentially, they have no anti-aircraft. They have no radar. And frankly, their leaders have been killed at the first level, second level, and half at the third level. And then they come back and they want to negotiate, and they give us it's a stupid proposal. And nobody would take it, although Obama would have taken it, Biden would have taken it. What they took was far worse. So we stopped them twice. We stopped them when I terminated the worst deal probably ever made in the history of our country in terms of defense. That was the Iran nuclear deal by penned by Barack Hussein Obama. That would have given Iran a nuclear weapon within a year. They would have had it years ago.
Wow.
I terminated that in my first term. And then when that beautiful plane right there hit them hard, we really hit them hard. And they told me, I want to just tell you this, because they like to say, oh, well, maybe it wasn't that hard.
This is the
Iran
medication
told me
talking.
very strongly,
This is medication.
They intend to give us the nuclear dust, as I call it.
Yeah,
It's easier than
I know
talking
somebody
about
loaded.
other terms, because it's a term everyone
yeah.
But the nuclear dust, which is what we hit, they told me, number one, you're getting it, but you're going to have to take it out, because the site was so obliterated that there's only 1 or 2 countries in the world that could get it. It's so deep and got hit so hard that there's no way they have the equipment to move it. You and China are the only two countries in the world that could take it out. So we talked about it, and they said, you'll have to take it out because we don't have the capability of doing it. So for those people that like to say that those great pilots in those great planes, well, we just ordered 22 more of them, new and improved.
I can't believe this is answered to
that
one
those
question.
great pilots didn't do their job. They did their job. 1 o'clock in the morning with no moon, no light, no nothing. Every single bomb hit its targets. And then, as you know, we shot some incredible things that nobody else has. Nobody has a military like we have. We shot the Tomahawks from a submarine 200 miles away.
Wow.
And that went on top of it. But every one of those, including the Tomahawks, every one of those weapons and shots hit perfectly. And they said to me, just to put it on the record,
I don't know what the question
there are only
was.
2 countries in the entire world that could ever get that stuff out of there because we don't have the equipment and nobody else. They said China and the United States. So I just want to let you know those pilots did an unbelievable job, very dangerous job at 1 o'clock in the morning. Think of it. No moon, no nothing. We had no light, purposely. And every single one of those bombs were right down an air chute in a granite mountain that exploded. And they are unable to get it, even if they wanted to. But we're not going to take a chance.
Wow.
So that's part of the deal.
So, sir, you said the Iranians agreed to allow the removal of all their enriched uranium?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was his answer to one question, and unfortunately, Big Zeus has other things that he needs to do this morning. But before we get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a birthday to celebrate. Where is my good friend Ange, the beautiful Ange? Where are you at, Ange? Please send Big Zeus a guest request. And we're going to sing happy birthday. You know, we tried to do it on Friday, but Friday was a crazy day. But I did go to the doctor and do what I needed to do. Let's see. Where's Ange at? Let me see. Are you here, Ange? Oh, my God. Where are you at, Ange? Oh, it's your birthday, too. Straight facts. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we got 2 birthdays. Where's Ange?
Come on, Ange. Come on up here.
Come on up, Ange. You know what we do. We double up on these birthdays. But how you doing, Straight Facts, and happy Mother's Day?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much, Juice. And guess what I heard?
What's that? What did you hear?
I heard that a little birdie told me that the Southern states might just be teaming up and taking away some of those college athletes that they like to watch so bad and entertain them, you know.
I love that.
Since they want to take away and dilute our voices.
Yeah.
We sound like we got a plan coming up. Wow. And it looks like NAGA, Blagga, Splagga, and MAGA. Yeah, they quiet this week. What's going on, Zeus?
Oh my goodness, they know what's about to happen. Good luck to their dreams.
They
so to
know
speak.
And I don't want to hear now one of y'all not today or no other day called no Sleepy Joe, because that man sleeps so much. It is disgusting and embarrassing.
Yeah.
That he is the president of the United States of America falling asleep. There go Ange.
There she goes. There you go. Come on in.
Come on in.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Good morning. Happy birthday, fellow Taurus.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you, birthday twin.
Thank you.
Well, mine was actually Saturday, but thank you. Thanks so much.
Well, listen up.
Close enough.
Ladies, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. You got a lot of men out there lusting for you. And I don't mind being the DJ this morning and, you know, making them drop it like it's hot. If y'all are willing to do that, you know, they say the camera's turning on to make them rain. But it's up to you. If you can't turn it on, that's fine. But gentlemen, all the men out there, the so-called real men out there, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and reach you to the bottom of your ATMs. We have some of the most beautiful women on TikTok combined together with Big Zeus. You'll never see anything like this. We're celebrating Mother's Day. We're celebrating birthdays. I mean, and by the way, we're just celebrating love. And it's one of the most diverse panels, one of the most diverse platforms on social media, and it's brought to you by Big Zeus. So what we're going to do is sing happy birthday to both two lovely women that I've had the opportunity to interact with on this app. My good friend Ange and my good friend Stray Facts. So you know what to do. Let me go ahead and cue the music up. Now I'm gonna do what I do over here as the DJ, but I'm gonna really need you all to rizz it up. I mean, they need to be able to go out and at least get some boba. Is that what you two like? Bobas? Oh, wait a second.
Do not put me in the.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it like that because I think it only allow me to do one at a time. But you know what? Maybe I can do it like this. We'll rotate. We'll see if I can rotate, and then we'll do it like.
That's good like that.
Okay. Okay. But we're gonna rotate and spread the love. Fair enough. So I'm gonna rotate the camera. We're gonna do different cameras.
I'm not sure to turn on my camera like that, but I'm trying.
You're doing good.
You guys got the picture though.
You're doing good, Straight Fact. We got you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and kick off the birthday celebration.
Yeah, I heard it was somebody's birthday. I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah, PJ Panda birthday song.
W's in the chat.
Today is your birthday.
Let's go.
Today is your birthday. I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday. We gon' turn it out.
Turn up.
Party, get it lit and wild out.
Hey.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy
Let's go.
Like a kiss. Throw a party, everybody.
Let's go. See how I'm rotating. Turn up. Turn up. Hey. Y'all know, gentlemen, show some love. They do so much work on the app, honestly. I've never seen so much. Thank you, everyone. Seriously. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Uh-oh. We lost. There you go. Hey, let's go. Wow. Let's go. W Straight Facts, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never see anything like this on TikTok. Okay. Hey. Turn up. And we're back. Wow. My morning is really, I'm on the moon right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ladies. Ladies, you're showing love too. Thank you to the gentlemen for stepping it up today. You can't have anything better than this on TikTok, honestly. Wow. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Straight Facts and combining forces. It's like a dream come true. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's listen up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we just celebrated a birthday, and then guess who's back in the big screen? Me, Big Zeus. Hold on. Thank you, everyone. That would never have been possible. All right. Any statements you both want to make before we get up out of here? Do you want to tell us what you're doing or what you did real quick? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Straight Facts. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you, Ange. I went to Savannah yesterday.
Okay.
I went to Hilton Head Island. And I feel like the ancestors been jumping on me, so I can't get enough.
Okay.
So we went back to the beach last night, and I'm gonna be posting some stuff on my page to show you guys. We're gonna be going live later on tonight to have some music, and some good times. So if you guys want to come on over, you can. And that is about it, honey. Other than that, going back to being an adult and getting these straight facts out here.
Amen. All right. Well, y'all know where the party's gonna be at.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the love. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for sharing the moment with us. Seriously. All right. W's in the chat for Straight Facts. All right, now we have the beautiful Ange. Ange, any information? You know, how did you celebrate the birthday, or you got plans?
The party is over. We partied all weekend.
Okay.
Mani-pedis with my daughter. Usually, my birthday falls on Mother's Day a lot, and people try to get away with just doing one gift. They didn't do that. I got two.
Wow.
I got two from all of them. So
Wow.
I got to see my mom, and so many people asked me how she's doing. She's doing fabulous since her surgery.
Yeah.
So thank you. So it was that's my favorite. That was my Mother's Day gift to me, is that my mom's doing well.
Oh,
So
wow. Thank you. And happy Mother's Day to your mom. And I just wanted to say thank you for coming up and making Dame feel very jealous today. I really do appreciate it, because I know he's sitting there crying right now. Thank you. W Straight Facts too. All right. Well, listen up.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and
Appreciate
gentlemen,
you.
all right,
Appreciate
let's
you,
give
sis.
Ange and Straight Facts a huge round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. And we are officially done. One more last round of applause. Fine.
I love you all. Thank you.
We love you too. Take care. All right. And listen up, ladies and gentlemen. So that right there concludes today's broadcast. I hope you all had a good time. We did a lot. We covered a lot this morning. I must say, I feel exhausted, but I really do appreciate the fact that Ange and Straight Facts were both able to come up here and celebrate. I want to give a special thank you, honestly, to each and every single one of you, especially the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Because without you, honestly, this none of this would be possible. Seriously. But on a serious note, let's go ahead and give one last round of booze and shame. And you know exactly who this goes out to, ladies and gentlemen. This goes out to Donald J. Trump and his legion of demons out here who are hell-bent on destroying the United States of America. Every day waking up with more and more lies designed to single-handedly just dismantle the country and put us in a worse situation. And they do it in the name of blaming the Democrats. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Great show. You made it possible.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Okay, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe. You know what we do.
In the land of the where the empire starts to crack.
Have a great rest of your morning.
Promises broken, leadership taking off track. Every crisis deepens under one man's reign. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon.
Hey, have a great rest of your morning.
But Iran can't have a nuclear borders wide open. Now flooding the block. Trump talk tough, but the numbers still shock. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Cities in chaos, stores looted and burned. His law and order talk never got returned. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Inflation exploding, savings wiped out clean. Trump's tariffs and chaos fuel the machine. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Factories still leaving jobs gone overseas. Epstein's island flights with the elite degrees. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Everything going wrong in America, blame the chief. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Economy tanking, division running deep. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Crime wave surging, trust completely slain. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Nation on the brink, playing a dangerous game. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Healthcare costs rising, no real plan in sight. Trump's big promises faded into the night. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Education failing, kids left in the dust. His administration left schools full of rust. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Fighting after he bragged dominance, reality hit hard under his
whole country's going to hell.
But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Homeless veterans sleeping on streets, they defended. While billions flew to Israel, priorities appended. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Gas exploding, higher trillions added fast. Trump's tax cuts and spending made the burden last. But Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Free speech twisted, tech allies in his corner. Epstein connections lingering like a warning. But Iran can't have a nuclear elections contested, division amplified. America first turned into America's divide. But Iran can't have a nuclear. Priorities twisted, foreign obsessions.
Yes, happy birthday,
Trump's endless Iran focus, matching domestic pain.
Or he sings it, yes.
Bleeding from self-inflicted wounds. The same old refrain played on repeat
dedicate this to attacking your right hand. Thank you. All right, we're out of here. Have a great rest of your morning. See you tomorrow.